So, D.M.C. Now, I know you're really shocked to see a game. This is in my games that don't suck. This has to be a game that sucks. Everyone online says D.M.C. Devil May Cry, the reboot, is a horrible game. It's an insult to the Devil May Cry series. Hell, it's worse than Devil May Cry 2. And Devil May Cry 2 is a bad bowel movement of a game. Devil May Cry 2 is the worst thing to ever be put to a gaming console. Or at least that's what they tell you, that this is the worst game. This game is insanely good. Now, I haven't finished it. I'm going to preface it with that. I just figured, since I didn't like the first Devil May Cry, and I was going to have a shit on it video, I figured, right after I didn't like that game, I saw that DMC was on sale too, and I was like, you know, I'm going to give it a shot. It's a reboot of the first game. I was thinking in my head, and I like the aesthetic of the first game, so I downloaded this. This is nothing like the first game. This is a really weird reboot. This feels more like Devil May Cry 5 than it does Devil May Cry 1. It is weird. It is weird, but it's good. It's good. It's weird in good ways, and that is something that I'm going to differ a lot than what you hear in the normal rhetoric around this game. First thing I love, the way Dante looks. I think that if they would have kept going this way, it would have had like a more modernized, cool look to him. His look was cool for the 90s, but you see him older in Devil May Cry 5, and he kind of looks a little goofy. I'm sorry, I'm going to have that take. Come after me with your pitchforks. I don't give a damn. I think Dante looks really cool in this game. I feel like Ninja Theory really did a good job slaying their stake that this is the guy that they have. They were told to go in a new direction. They're going in that new direction. I think most of the rhetoric around this game was just the fact that they were rebooting it and Dante looked different. And I loved it. Ninja Theory right away. The little wind comes in. The wind comes in. Puts his hat on, or is that hair on his head. And he's like, not in a million years, and throws the wig off. He's like, the Ninja Theory is like, this is our Dante, this is what we're running with, deal with it. And this game is unapologetically good. It's good, it goes its own trail, it lights its own way, everything looks different. It's something that you can experience in a void, and it's a good reboot. Not a remake, it's a reboot. It's a reimagining of an old series, which I'm okay with. The fact that they you see series spin off in new directions and then retell the same story, but completely different all the time. This felt like that. This wasn't trying to remake the original game. From the minute the game starts, you can tell right away it's not going to be a remake. And that's a discussion that really needs to happen, especially now that we're in the world of remakes and reboots and remasters. What is the definition between the three? Now, I think this is the perfect example of a reboot. This Devil May Cry, DMC, whatever it is called. This is a great example of a reboot. It's a reimagining of the original source material in a new direction. Okay? It's a reboot. Now, a remake is taking the original concept, remaking it with new mechanics, new graphics. That's it. Just new and subtle tweaks to the story. Now, a remaster, I think the Last of Us remake was a remaster. That was a remaster. They didn't do anything new to the game. They just put it in a prettier engine. Same thing with Demon Souls. They didn't add really anything new to it other than photo mode. So can we really call that a remake? I don't know. That's a discussion that you guys can fight over in the comments. But the thing I want to talk about, there's a few things that I really love in this game. Let's talk about them because I've already been talking about how I love it. One thing is the mechanics. I love the different weapons and how you rotate through them, and the different grappling hook system. It's really, really, really good. I really enjoy it. I like that you'll be crashing through people, one guy you pull into, you smash his head in or crush his head in with an axe. Another guy, you grapple to him to get out of trouble, but also to just get some smack with your scythe, because that's kind of how it works. You switch between the weapons. Each one has different abilities, whether it be on the right trigger or left trigger. It's going to be like the left trigger, the furthest I got through was the scythe. Right trigger, I got the fists and the axe, which are really, really cool. And for traversal, it really helps because like your left trigger, that's your left trigger and square, which is your shoot button as well. That pulls you into things. So if you're grappling through areas, and then your right trigger is going to be pulling things to you. So if you need a ledge pulled out to you, you pull the ledges out to you, and I really like that. And it's really cool because you collect keys like you did in the old game, right? But the keys are for special events. Now, I don't like these that much, but I did one for you guys because I'm a man of the people. So when you're watching this, leave a like for that. I'm a man of the goddamn people. Okay? Anyways, you go through a little trial. I think you get a skill point. You add that skill point. Skill points are the same. This is very Devil May Cry 5. I feel like Devil May Cry 5 did take a little bit of... looked at Devil May Cry 4, looked at this, took the things from both that it really excelled in, and then added them to Devil May Cry. With a few things that I think that I don't like as much in Devil May Cry, mainly the arm thing. Anyways, I'm not going to talk about Devil May Cry 5 in a DMC video. Another thing, the story, the characters, I'm really enjoying the characters. Like I've already said, I like the reworks of how they look. I really like the girl you're working with. The star on her forehead's a little annoying, but damn, she got a thick booty. And as well as like the main villain in the little succubus thing he's got with him, it just sends crawls up your arms. And it's not a really over the top cringy. The dialogue never hits that really cringy level, which I love. There are some cringy moments where he's like, "I told you I'd send you away," or something stupid like that. It's never too over the top. It's kind of, it's more Serious Sam, less Duke Nukem. That was a good-ass comparison. Good job, Jeffrey. I will accept blowjobs from the chat. Anyways, everything works with this game really well. I enjoy the combat in this game. I'm enjoying the hell out of the story. I don't understand why people were so mad about it. It seems fantastic. Now, if you were expecting a Devil May Cry remake, I can understand being upset. But as a reboot and a reimagining, I think this is a really, really cool step in the right direction. Or maybe not right direction before you fucking burn me alive, because people can't take a different opinion. But I love this game. This game does not suck in any way whatsoever. There is one thing that sucked in this game until I kind of figured them out. There's these big guys that you have to like get around and then use your pull down to yank them onto the ground and then kill them, beat them, and I just don't like gimmicky enemies like that. I never have. It's like when you're in a shooter and you find the one guy that's just armored up and he's a chore to get through. We don't like those as gamers. We don't like armored enemies. Stop putting them in games. Just let me beat the living shit out of them. But once I figured this guy out, it kind of was like the Pinkies in Doom. I was like, all right, it became less of the Doom Eternal guy with the shield and more of the Pinkies in Doom, and I kind of got over it, and I was like, whatever. Every enemy kind of has a gimmick that you gotta get through. And first, like I said, everything about the combat in this game, the traversal, everything is fluid, amazing, fun. I do not understand why people hate that. Maybe let me know in the chat. If it's just about the way Dante looks, people really need to touch grass. But anyways, guys, that's what I got for you guys today. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I've said it like 8 times. Leave me a like and follow me, you goddamn idiots.